Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. We did it, we made it, we're in Italy. And it took a little bit to get us here. So I wanted to give you a full wrap up of everything that was entailed. Now, if you were watching some of the videos that as we were traveling, you have a little bit of an idea, but I want to give you the full scoop here. So to start with, in order to get on a plane from JFK to Rome, you have to have a PCR test that's less than 72 hours old, or you can rapid test at the airport. Now, the rapid test has to be less than 48 hours old. However, you can't get it at CVS or anything else. You have to do that one at the airport. So if you're doing the rapid test, just do it at the airport. If you're doing the PCR test, do it at the CVS and get the results in time, and then you can board. It has to be less than 72 hours old at the time of boarding. Okay. Now, again, there's some back and forth as to whether or not the 72 hours is the actual timeline. That is a legal question that you should check with Nick. And I want to put in a really good plug for Nick Metta at Studio Legale Metta, because his guy Antonio walked us through the whole thing. They compiled the documents. He even completed some of them for us. He was available by phone if we got stopped anywhere on our way to Italy. So I want to tell you that travel package is worth it to have that kind of assurance in your back pocket. Okay, so that was the testing thing, and that went well. We avoided testing before we got on the plane at JFK. So we stayed the night at JFK because we were flying from San Jose. Upon check-in at JFK, we needed all of these documents. So we had the testing results, and they said, okay, that's great. We also had a letter from Ivan De Luca, who's one of our associates and with whom we do business here. His letter said that Chris and Pete have to be here to close on a transaction that we are actually closing on in May. So it was quite specific. They have to be here to do this. Now, the person we're traveling with had a letter that wasn't quite as specific. Again, I'm not even going to advise on how specific it has to be, because I think you should go through Nick Metta, and he can advise you exactly what's needed on those letters. So that was enough to get us through and onto the plane to Rome. When we arrived in Rome, we all went in a line because you have to test again. And this is a rapid test. And you go through, and it's very well set up. They had several check-in places. We all checked in. We went over. We took a number. I didn't even sit down before I got my test. They did the whole test right there. And then you just sit down and wait. And then they call your number, and off you go, and you're done. That was one of the hurdles. Then we had to go through passport control. Passport control, Pete came with a huge folder full of documents, and I think that sent a really good message. They didn't really do much there. They said, why are you here? They looked at our declaration forms. We had to fill out an extra form because the forms had changed between the time Antonio had filled ours out for us. It was the same information on a different form. We filled it out and we went through, and basically they didn't even ask for the letter at the end. Now, I'm not saying that they won't ask for it, but these guys didn't. So that was really great. So after that, we were just free to go. We had done the COVID-free flight, which is 2 tests before you leave and after you land, and we didn't have to quarantine. Now, in Rome, I noticed that people were out and about. Everybody was enjoying the beautiful day in the sunshine. They were wearing masks, they were social distancing, but it was really, really very nice. We were also able to eat in the restaurant in the hotel. Now, I want to put in a plug for the hotel Isola Sacra by the airport in Rome. It's a beautiful hotel. The prices were very, very low because of COVID. They had a fabulous restaurant. They were super nice. We just loved them. So if you're going to stay over in Rome, and I do recommend it if you're coming down to Calabria to break up the trip, definitely stay at that hotel. So long story short, it took us 3 days and multiple legs, but we're here. And from now on, we're going to be showing you the fun stuff, the stuff that's going on in Santa Domenica Talau and in Scalea. In fact, we're heading up right now to tell you how to order coffee in Italy. So stay tuned.